If you are a Six Sigma green belt or planning to become one, this video will save you months of confusion and potentially thousands of dollars invested in training time. I'm about to reveal the 5 tools that drive 80% of the real impact in the field and expose 3 tools that sound impressive in training but rarely deliver results in the real world. Here is the brutal truth. 73% of green belts I have mentored initially focused on the wrong tools. They chase complex statistical methods while missing the fundamental techniques that actually move projects forward. Master the right ones, ignore the time wasters, and you will deliver results faster than peers who get lost in the theoretical complexity. Hi, I'm Nikhil Pal, a certified Six Sigma Master Black Belt, and I have trained and mentored over 100 Six Sigma professionals across pharmaceuticals and electronics manufacture. I have personally led over 100 improvement projects with over $5 million in documented savings, and I have coached award-winning OPEX teams across 3 Fortune 500 companies. The biggest mistake I see? Green belts trying to use every tool in the DMAC toolkit instead of mastering the ones that actually matters. I have seen brilliant engineers get stuck in analysis paralysis with advanced statistical method while simple process mapping would have solved their problems in half of the time. Today, I am sharing exactly which tools you should focus on and which ones are just collecting dust in the training binders. Let's break down the 5 tools that deliver the biggest ROI in the real Six Sigma projects. These 5 techniques have appeared in 92% of my successful projects. Number 1. Process mapping. SIPOC plus swim lane diagram. This isn't just drawing boxes and arrows. Effective process mapping combines SIPOC analysis with detailed swim lane diagrams to create what I call clarity at speed. In a recent pharmaceutical project, our team spent 2 weeks debating root causes of batch delays. 15 minutes of proper process mapping revealed the real issue, which was a handoff gap between quality control and production that everyone assumed was working. We eliminated 18 hours per batch by fixing one process step. Pro tip, always combine your SIPOC with a 30-minute Gemba walk. The combination of high-level view and ground truth observation is unbeatable. Tool number 2, cause and effect analysis, which is also called fishbone. So fishbone plus 5 whys. Don't let anyone tell you fishbone diagrams are outdated when used properly. With disciplined 5 why questioning, this combination remains the fastest path to root cause identification. A real example, a client's semiconductor facility had recurring contamination issues. So instead of jumping to expensive equipment upgrades, we used fishbone analysis to systematically explore all potential causes. The 5 why revealed that operators were inconsistently following the gowning procedures during shift changes. A $50 training fix instead of a $500,000 equipment purchase. The key, use fishbone to organize your thinking, then 5 why to dig deeper on each major category. Tool number 3, control charts. X bar R and P charts. This is where most green belts separate themselves from problem solver who just react to every data point. Control charts help you to distinguish between the real insights and the random noise. Let's take a real example. At an electronics manufacturer, the quality team was constantly fixing assembly line issues that were actually just normal variation. Once we implemented the control charts, productivity increased by 23% by eliminating unnecessary interventions. So start simple. Use X bar R charts for continuous data and P charts for defect rates. These two alone handle 80% of the cases. Start here, don't overcomplicate. Tool number 4, FMEA, which is also called failure mode and effect analysis. In our risk-averse world, especially in a regulated industry, FMEA isn't just a tool, it is your insurance policy. It forces proactive thinking about what could go wrong before it actually does. So let's take a case study. During a medical device project, our FMEA process identified a potential failure mode in the sterilization process that hadn't occurred yet but had a catastrophic risk potential. We implemented preventive controls that cost $15,000 but avoided what could have been a multi-million-dollar risk. The secret? Focus on high impact, high probability failures first and don't get lost cataloging every theoretical risk. Tool number 5, Pareto analysis. The 80-20 rule isn't just a business cliche, it's your project prioritization superpower. Pareto charts help you to focus your limited green belt resources where they will have a maximum impact. One of the recent examples, A supply chain team was overwhelmed with supplier quality issues affecting dozens of components. Day 2 analysis revealed that just 3 suppliers were responsible for 78% of all quality problems. So instead of trying to fix everything, they focused on intensive improvement efforts. On those 3 relationships, problem resolution time dropped from 6 months to just 6 weeks. So these 5 tools form the foundation of effective Six Sigma practice. Master them and you will deliver more impact than colleagues juggling twice as many tech. Now, for the uncomfortable truth, 3 tools that sound impressive in the training but rarely deliver results, and for most green belt projects. So tool number 1, or I should say time waster number 1, design of experiments, DOE. Why it sounds attractive? Data driven experimental optimization sounds incredibly sophisticated, but in the reality, in my last 5 years mentoring green belts, I have seen exactly 3 successful DOE applications at the green belt level. Here is why. DOE requires extensive historical data, controlled experimental conditions, and statistical expertise that most green belts don't possess yet. What happens? Instead, team spends weeks designing elaborate experiments that either can't be executed properly or produce the results that they can't interpret. Meanwhile, simple process mapping would have identified the solution immediately. Time waster number 2, hypothesis testing. Why it's everywhere? Every Six Sigma curriculum includes t-tests, chi-square tests because they sound rigorous. But the brutal truth is that for most operational improvements, hypothesis testing is overkill. I have watched teams spend months proving statistically what everyone already knew operationally. So better approach? Use your energy for implementation, not proving what's obvious. Save hypothesis testing for situations where the difference is subtle and the stakes are high. Time waster number 3, multivariate charts. The visual representation of variation sources looks sophisticated and analytical, but the problem is, without deep coaching, multivariate charts confuse more teams than they help. I have seen brilliant engineers create beautiful multivariate charts in Minitab that led to completely wrong conclusions because they didn't understand the underlying statistical principles. So my recommendation, stick with simpler variation analysis tools until you have a black belt to guide your interpretation. Remember, these tools aren't useless, but they have their place. But unless you are in the highly technical role with statistical support, they won't help you move the needle on a typical green belt project. So here's what I want you to do right now. Look at your current or most recent Six Sigma project. Which of the 3 advanced tools are you struggling with unnecessary? Drop a comment below telling me which tool you use the most or which one you are struggling with. I personally read every comment and will give you specific guidance on how to apply these tools to your situation. If this video helped clarify your Six Sigma path, hit that like button and subscribe to Process Masters for real-world continuous improvement insight. I publish content every Thursday focusing on what actually works in operation excellence. So next week, I'm revealing the biggest mistake I see green belts make when selecting projects. It's costing them credibility and career advancement. You are subscribed so you don't miss it. Until then, focus on mastering the fundamentals. Your projects and your career will thank you for that.